Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be continuing with the Power BI playlist and we'll be talking about question number 16, that is query folding. So guys, see, these type of questions are very important specifically when it comes to optimization, and if in your interview you talk on the lines of optimization, it always gives a better impressions that you can perhaps work in a better and optimized manner and really solve complex challenges. So guys, now the question is, what is query folding? So guys, if you'll read this definition in Power BI, query folding refers to the process where Power Query pushes data transformation steps back to the data source rather than processing locally within Power BI. So guys, the main idea is that what happens is that whenever we do certain transformations, what does Power Query Engine do? Is that it sends those transformation back to the SQL layer only. So essentially those transformations get performed in backend only rather than in your Power BI. Now what does it do? It guys reduces the load on Power BI, right? So what it could do is it could reduce the amount of data transferred, and guys, this really makes the transformations faster and more efficient. In one of my organizations project as well, I also use something like this in order to distribute load evenly in terms of native queries and in terms of transformation. So guys, I'll tell you a thumb rule. The thumb rule is whenever you're so always remember that query folding usually works on SQL like databases, SQL Server and Oracle. So what you usually need to do is once you import your data, okay, then if you wish to do any group by and filtering. So guys, usually group by and filtering are those two operations which usually reduce the dimensions of the data. So do it first, and then whatever custom transformations that you need to apply strictly from the use case of your business or the report requirement, then you approach that. So let me show you one demo. If I'll go to Power BI, okay, if I'll close this and if I'll go to Power BI, so essentially let's do one thing. What I'm essentially doing is I imported a table from, if you will go over here to the source, I imported, let's just go to home and let's just go to advanced editor. So here I'm importing a table from SQL Server. Okay, now that's true, right? I'm importing a table from SQL Server. Now what I'm doing is that the table looks like something like this. If you'll go to navigation, it looks like this, where you have company, year and revenue. But I wanted a group by on year wise total revenue. So this is giving me year wise total revenue. Now if you'll click over here, if you'll right click and then click on view native query, you will be able to understand how your group by operation is being converted into a native query, and now it is being sent to backend to do it, and then Power BI will get the data and then proceed ahead. So guys, always remember, this is very important for your optimization. I also in one of my projects use this kind of technique. Okay, so I had to evenly distribute the load between SQL Server and Power Query because the table length was the table size was very huge. So essentially guys, whatever filtering and group by operations you want to do it in SQL, and whatever other operations you want to do, those are custom operations, do it in Power Query. And guys, when it comes to joins, okay, try to avoid doing any sort of heavy joins. Use Power BI's own data model. Okay, so guys, these type of tips and tricks no one can tell you, right? No one can tell you, but exactly people who have faced such an issue will tell you. That is why guys, I'm doing proper research on what questions are asked, what people do in industry. All these things are used in industry, right? So now you understand that if you want to do anything that's related to filtering and grouping, you do it first and try to create a native query if your data source supports that. That would reduce the data coming into Power BI, and then guys, whatever custom transformations you want to do it in Power Query. And as I said, avoid joins. Let's rely on Power BI's own data model. That's going to really help you optimize on stuff. So guys, try to focus on optimization as well, specifically when it comes to days where we have access to AI tools. It's just the main idea is that, let's say AI suggests you something, right? Is that the most optimized approach? So just try to think more. That's the only thing I would like to say, because at the time when AI is there, you need to think more and specifically go a little more granular so that you could leverage AI to its full potential. On that note, I would like to end, and guys, please subscribe. Lately I have been seeing few people are seeing my video, but most of them are not subscribing. Please subscribe, and have a great day ahead. Thanks.